And welcome back to the show. Bottom Line is a not-for-profit organization that's helping thousands of first-generation students from low-income backgrounds stay in college as well as complete their degrees. Now, with sustainable growth, their vision is to transform urban communities by producing thousands of career-ready college graduates who are breaking the cycle of poverty. Now, their organization has grown dramatically over the last 20 years and now serves over 6,000 students. That concludes over Massachusetts, New York, as well as Chicago. Here now to give us a little bit more, we're pleased to be joined by the Executive Director of the New York region at Bottom Line, Shauwea Hamilton. And Shauwea, good to have you.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you and sharing in this important conversation. Keeping students in school, very important, and no time greater than now as students are returning back to the classroom, but some are returning back with in-person learning after having to deal with the virtual environment. And I know that your hands have been pretty full just trying to do that work. So if our viewers don't know, give us a little bit about your organization.
Well, you set us up very nicely in terms of sharing our mission, which is to partner with underserved students to get into and through the right college and successfully launch a career. The students that we are working with, their parents have not gone through the college experience. They've not spent the last 12 years of their life getting ready for the college experience. And so Bottom Line helps to supplement their understanding of college and support them in our access program with making a highly informed choice on which college to attend. And that is really about obviously the academic fit and alignment of interests, the cultural and social fit in terms of meeting their extracurricular needs and interests, but also the financial and affordability fit. One of the single most reason that a student from a low-income background drops out of college is that they are taking on an unaffordable college campus that isn't set up to support them through to degree. And so Bottom Line really supports students in selecting colleges that are teed up to support them to the bachelor's degree. And then with our success program, we are taking those freshmen and students who are kind of stepping into colleges in New York for the first time. So I work specifically with our New York students, and we provide an advisor who guides them through all of the critical components of college, from the selection of your courses to managing your time, particularly that first year with the finals experiences, and also building a sense of community. How do we support students who might be stepping into institutions that don't look like their high schools, they don't look like the communities that they live in, and that can be a shock, and really helping them, supporting them with both mental health supports, adaptability, self-awareness support, so that they can feel and be their complete selves in those new spaces. And our program is all about getting to that final bachelor's degree, because it's all about economic mobility for us as an organization. We want our students to achieve that $1 million marker in their career, which is what a bachelor's degree gets you to $1 million more in your lifetime earnings than those without. And that's the pathway, the most reliable pathway to economic stability.
I know that for students, it's very overwhelming, and also for parents. I mean, I've had a son in college, and I know the application process can be daunting. You're moving into another level of academics that you're unfamiliar with. What are some of the common challenges that you're finding for students who are trying to enter into the collegiate environment right through the door?
Yeah, so it is the study skills and time management. I don't think there's one college student who does not struggle with time management in this new normal for the undergraduate experience. And so I would say that is first and foremost and not unique to the students that we are serving. I think some of the adaptive aspects of college, how to navigate the system, how to leverage and build relationships with your professors, those social aspects and social networking within college, that is a place where Bottom Line really supports students in building their self-advocacy muscles in that higher ed space where they might not be used to stepping in and advocating for themselves. I don't know that there is a institution of higher education that doesn't have complex structures. And so that's a place that we offer significant support as well. And then the other part I mentioned is supporting them to have a sense of belonging, really trying to find the places where they can find their people, whether that's the tech people, the nursing people, the variety of different identity-based student unions, really supporting them to find the place where they belong, because that sense of belonging also supports students to the finish line.
Yeah. And with full-time students, we know that they have their job, their educational responsibilities to be able to handle. But we also know that there's another component of students that also have to deal with work and that work environment. Any help there in being able to balance and navigate that work environment, because you have, someone trying to take care of family members, if not themselves, and then at the same time be able to get that degree. Is there anything available to help them out?
Well, so this is where time management always comes into play, of course, but Bottom Line also really supports students in so actually stepping back, we support students with some financial aid that might allow them to do things they otherwise couldn't do. We have some different scholarship programs that we're affiliated with, Dream It Real with Coach Foundation and Pacer Scholars, two scholarships that really create the environment for students to focus on their studies with some supplemental aid. Of course, that's not for every single student we serve, but really for us, when we talk about our thought leadership and our advocacy, it's also supporting with potential employers to increase the number of paid internships that exist. A lot of times our students are choosing between the paycheck they need over the summer or the internship and resume experience that they really want to build for themselves, which is what gets them to that first destination in their career. And so we work and build partnerships with employers who are willing to provide compensation for those internships and allowing them to do both. And then the other part is in our advisement structure, it's being realistic. What can you do? First, what do you have to do? If you have to work 30 hours a week, what can you do? And how do we backwards map you to a calendar or a schedule that allows you to maintain both? Because the last thing we want you to do is take on too much and then have to drop out or get a grade that you're less than happy with. It's better to go slow to get to that finish line than to overextend yourself and sacrifice your experience, your mental health and sanity, and potentially increase your burnout from the experience.
Yeah. How do we get people connected to you guys? Because certainly I know there's some parents out there that are watching, maybe some students who are shaking their head and saying, this might be the help I actually need.
Yeah, so I know a large part of your viewership are based in the Bronx, and I'll tell you that a quarter of our current students hail from the Bronx. We actually have some partnerships with high schools in the Bronx. The most of our Bottom Line students currently are coming from Bronx Leadership Academy, Central Park, Marble Hill High for International Studies, and Morris Academy for Collaborative Studies. And that's just where we happen to have stronger partnerships with a stronger referral pattern. But you can go to our website, www.bottomline.org, and find out about our recruitment patterns. We are accepting applications in about February for the upcoming school year. And it's really, you meet our requirements. You don't have to have a specific relationship. You can just apply directly online, and we encourage and love that.
Yeah, Shauwea, thank you so much for sharing some much needed tips. Definitely want to get people connected to your organization, but thank you for taking the time out with us here this morning.
Daren, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All righty. Well, we want our viewers to know now, if you want more information, we encourage you, please visit their website. Their website is bottomline.org. And then you can also follow them on Twitter at bottomline.org. We encourage you, please don't go anywhere. We do have more Open coming up. We're taking a quick break, and then Open returns right after this.